Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wordgy 101, Stamp Out Your Art with Virginia. I'm Virginia Hampson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's been a while since I've done a kind of tutorial video, excuse me, and please forgive me if there's traffic noise in the background, because as a lot of you know, I live on a busy road and I need the front door open because hubby's been painting and we have freshly painted walls in some rooms and it smells horrible. So today I'm going to show you how I achieved this effect here. There's a couple of steps to it, more than a couple probably, but to get this I have used a embossing folder that is only available as a Sale-A-Bration reward, and some of this stamp set. I will show you them. This is the embossing folder. It's called Stone 3D Embossing Folder, and you'll see I've already run it through with some Whisper White, and I spritzed it first so that when I ran it through, because it's quite detailed, that it didn't crack the cardstock. Just a very fine mist to get this effect. And this is the stamp set that goes with this Stampin' Cut embossing folder. It's called PowerOfHope. So those two, if you purchase $180 Australian or more through my shop, you can choose this little bundle for free. And I ummed and ahed about whether to get it or not, but I'm so glad I did, because I've made several cards with it already. The Sending Hugs sentiment on this card comes from a set called Tags in Bloom, and there's the sentiment there. This actually has a punch that goes with it. That's all in my online store, and the links will be throughout this video. So to achieve this stone effect and aged look, it was a matter of choosing what colors I wanted this to look like. I wanted to look like a pebble path with age and stuff on it. So firstly, after doing this, I'm sorry for the umming and ahhing, it's been a long time since I've done a video. So what I have used is Early Espresso ink pad, Mary Merlot ink pad, and yeah, some petal pink. Yep, on this card it's the petal pink striped organdy ribbon, this lovely punch that's available all the time, Early Espresso cardstock, petal pink cardstock, petal pink ink, and of course that little tree comes from this stamp. So let's get going with how I aged this, because this is what I wanted to show you. I got my daubers ready. And that's to show you what's left of the cardstock I used as I made the finished product. So we might just leave that there. And I will get going and open up all these ink pads. Now bear with me, because some of these are still stiff, and as you may know, I've got a connective tissue disease and find it really hard to open and close things. But there you go, I've got that one open. That's Mary Merlot. Let's move that out of the way. Put that one there, and I'll just get that one out of the way for after. So what I do is I don't open them all the way up, these ink pads. I just use it as a rest so I don't get my daubers mixed up, so I know which one's which. So I started with the darkest color, which is the Early Espresso, and I just kept going around the edges like that, and I just kept turning it. Now I wanted the edges really dark, but I didn't want it dark in the center like the sample. So I just kept going around. Then you'll see, yep, make sure you protect your workspace. Grid paper's awesome. So this is just so simple once you've seen it done. These are really handy, these things. And I do get covered in ink, but my hands are nice and clean compared to when I did that. So then I want to bring it into the middle, but I don't want it really dark. So I just very, very lightly. And you don't have to be precise because this is the pebble path. This is worn and old looking, just like if you were walking through your garden. So that's all I did with the first layer. Then I got the Merry Merlot and added a little bit of that to the edges and just very gently blended it in so that pardon me, the colors didn't get too, I'm not pressing very hard on this because Merry Merlot is quite a dark color. And this is where, when you look at my first one and then look at this one, you can go back and add more of the darker. So it's a build up of the color and you're blending it in. It couldn't be more easy. Now some people don't like the daubers. You can use the round sponges or a makeup sponge, but because you want a little bit of control, and I have small hands, this dauber technique is much easier. And I just very lightly take that across again, and the tiniest amount of the Merry Merlot again. And that was it. All I did with this punch. Now, please don't ask me for the name of this. I will look it up and put it as a watermark so you can see, because I use it a lot, but I can never remember the names of them. But I punched this punch out. Oh, hold on, look, I labelled it. Story label punch. Ha ha ha, story label punch. So that's what I did. I punched it out with this Calypso coral and the petal pink, and then I cut one in half and I layered it on the back, and I just used the very pointy bits of my paper snips and trimmed it so you can see that it's not quite all the way around. Lifted it up with a few dimensionals, cut those out by hand. They are from the stamp set as well. That's the little lantern. Did a bit of edging with the espresso and layered it all on. And of course, don't forget to do the inside of your cards as well. I'm not sure what sentiment's going in there. It'll probably just be a note to a friend. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.